There's our camera. How was that? That was your first ride on Buck and Billy Ray's YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hi friends, welcome back. Hey Sonny. Me and the boy are going down to Live Edge Design, friends. Now, a few of you have heard me talk about this Live Edge Design place. Duncan, this is the guy that coined the Live Edge. Totally, he did. This guy, the Live Edge Design was the start of the Live Edge. It was. We used to sell this guy wood years ago. I sold him cedar limbs to make cedar limb furniture. I've known John for gotta be 20 years now. Great guy, runs a phenomenal business. We're going to check out our new countertop. That's right, our countertop's down here. I gave it to the professionals. I wanted it to be done right, and John does it right. He's got all the equipment, he's got the know-how, he's got the manpower, and with COVID going on, he's not super busy, and I thought this would be a great timing right now. We're gonna go down and we're gonna film the process of this thing going into like $100,000 piece of equipment that does two things. It sands and planes. It's a planer sander or something. It's crazy. I'm excited. We're gonna give them a big shout out down there. See you down there. All right, friends. So we're pulling into Live Edge Design here right now. This is it. This is the man right here. See this furniture on the door there? That's a river table. Amazing wood. It's gonna be fun.
I don't have to get too excited about ordering until you've got that. Oh, he's got it.
Oh yeah, okay.
But,
See,
he had it,
so we are at Live Edge Design, Vancouver Island. They are, this is, I would say, this is where the heart right here of this whole, this man's mind. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Works. What have you got on your page there? Wow.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Wow.
I know, right?
We're doing a GoPro video for you.
Yeah.
So cool.
what is it, Karen?
1168. So is that one tree or?
That's one tree.
Oh, is that the one tree thing?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We
Yeah.
got a couple of big slabs left out of that big one tree.
You do?
Yeah.
How are
We
you?
got fun cabinets.
Yeah, I mean that's a neat idea. Those cabinets. Okay, so this is like this is the river table. Oh, is that elm?
That's cool.
Or-
That's elm.
Elm.
Yeah, yeah, elm with I guess probably sapsucker been added or something.
Yeah.
Had a lot of character to it.
Look at this, friends. So friends, this is John. John, say hi to our friends there.
Hi, friends.
Friends, this is sweet. I mean, this is nice, and this is that epoxy that goes in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we just filled this with a translucent,
I
not
like
quite
it.
clear, but close to clear.
It suits the piece.
Yeah.
It really suits the piece.
And we did what's called a yin yang instead of a book match. These are two book match slabs, but they're flipped. One's flipped,
Yes.
so that the symmetry is kind of
Yeah.
diagonal.
Yeah, I
instead
see what
of
you
side to
mean.
side.
Yin yang.
Yin yang.
I like that.
Yeah.
So friends, you see what he's saying, right? Instead of book matching, you woodworker and you wood people, you know, Blaze, what do you think? Blaze, you would freak right now if you were here. You would freak. This is the man who kind of spearheaded this thing here, in my mind, when it all. I mean, John, there was a few people doing it, but I mean, really nobody was really going at it like you were when you kicked this off, were they?
No, and live edge didn't mean the live edge. at that time.
No.
We coined it, my partner at the time and I coined that because it didn't mean like
Yes.
it was, you know, something we thought could work for that, but we didn't want to be pinholed into that style in the long run, right? So,
Yeah.
but then fortunately or unfortunately, it caught on and
Did it ever?
everybody used it.
Yeah. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah. This little bench down here is part of the last One Tree project that we did with Robert Bateman, and that's some of the middle of the trunk of the trees. You can see it was pretty rotten.
Yeah.
But this is epoxy soaked, and the coloring and figure in it is endless.
It's got everything going on, John.
Yeah.
Like everything. It's got. Look at this, friends. I mean, this is like John said. It's maple, eh, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the center of a rotten tree in a chunk in the middle, and it's been soaked. In a piece like that, John, you just keep pouring it to it, don't you? You just pour it on it.
Just poured on it.
Yeah.
We've done some of that where we throw it in a vacuum chamber, but we didn't have one the right shape for that.
Right. No, but those are neat pieces.
Yeah.
Those are neat
Yeah, these
pieces.
were done by Stefan Demopoulos, one of the guys who works for me.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that name.
Yeah, he likes to do some of his own design, so he participated in that
Very cool.
One Tree show as his own entity.
Yeah, and John, just so our viewers kind of get an idea that this was with the Robert Bateman thing, wasn't it? And it was a project called One Tree, is that correct?
That's right. And this was our third one. We've been doing it every 2 years where we salvage a big tree. We celebrate the history of that tree. So we try and...
Very cool.
Try and imagine, you know, that tree standing there for a couple hundred years. What did it see go by or go on around
Yeah, I
it?
love it.
And that really fascinates me because as humans, you look at a human's history and it's always about where did they go?
Yeah.
You know, where were they moving around to and what were they doing? Whereas the tree is just standing there like
Just
a
watching
sentinel watching these crazy people or whatever
love
running
it.
around. So that's one thing. But also we had more than 80 artists involved. They all took a piece of this tree and made everything from jewelry to musical instruments, furniture, turnings,
Amazing.
carvings, you name
Out
it.
of one tree.
Yeah.
So isn't that neat, friends? One tree, and it's called the One Tree, and you've done 3?
Yeah.
3's done 3, and you get a whole bunch of artists, like he just said. That is amazing. I liked what he said about the tree stands there and watch life go by, you know. That's pretty cool, John.
So we try and promote these artists that are mostly working by themselves. They don't get a lot of exposure. It's a good opportunity for them, and people just don't know that all this talent exists, right?
No.
And then also, we like to try and demonstrate how much economic value you can get out of one rotten tree.
Yeah.
So this was a tree that, you know, the guy needed to have it taken down because it's going to fall on his barn. He couldn't afford to have it taken down.
Yeah.
It wasn't even going to be good firewood, and so we turned it into, you know, $300,000 or $400,000 worth of art.
Yeah.
Along with all of the falling and the
story.
hauling and the milling and the art gallery jobs and whatnot. A lot of economic activity.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is. It's beautiful. That's the thing I like about John. I call us all woodmen. Anybody who's, and I think John, you mentioned it there last time we were down, that it's tough to meet a guy who's really into wood, who's you don't like, in a sense. Wood people are pretty down to earth, so to speak. It's true, and John's right about that. So that's why I've always liked John's kind of his vision and his concept. And this is so cool. So we're honored to be here and be able to turn on the camera, John, and have a look through here with you.
Sure.
So friends, I've got my piece. I've got my piece that I fell on my street, and I gave it to John, as you guys know. It's Darlene's tree. Yeah, Darlene, if you're ever watching this, this is your tree, and we're putting it into our home. And everywhere you look in here, it's all live edge.
This is a workbench, and it's got like
Look,
guitar grade figured maple.
isn't that amazing? And now, John, this looks interesting. Is this part of the gig here? Part of the build?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've got our packing material built.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's gotcha.
So this is a little cap that goes over top of the rod that holds the
I love
packing.
it. I love it. So now, John, we need to talk about that big burl over there in the corner.
Oh yeah.
We need, friends, this is a mind blower, okay? No, son, you have not seen this.
That's crazy.
This is crazy. How are you? Good, thank you.
This is Courtney, our finisher.
Hi, Courtney.
Hello. She's responsible for
Oh.
making the stuff look good.
Very cool. Look at this. Now, this thing looks like it's had work since the last time I've been here, no?
Oh, it got moved.
Okay.
Where did this come from?
This came
this
from
is
Vancouver Island, about 3 blocks away. And it was a big tree,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that big.
No.
This is Stefan.
Hi, Stefan. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Dude.
This guy was off of about a 3-foot tree, but you know how big leaf maples sometimes go crazy with their root burls?
Yes, they do.
Well, this one was really burled out at the root, so this was just above ground level, or,
Yep.
or a little bit under ground level. Rob hit a bunch of rocks when he was cutting this. Took him 3 days with a 7-foot chainsaw.
And they come up kind of round off the ground, don't
Yeah.
they? They do. They come up like a ball.
Yeah.
Kind of like that one we did at Adam's house.
Yes.
If you were to
Yes.
take a slab off
It's
that,
exactly that
they had a
scenario.
guy- They said they had a guy poking around the yard that was like, what do you do with that?
Yeah, it was very similar. But John, this
Not
is
nearly
9
this
feet.
big.
What's that?
Yeah, not nearly this big. It's a 10-foot freaking
It's
burl.
10 foot.
Yeah, this is almost 9 feet. 9 feet at the wide point.
5, 10. So
But the neat thing, Sonny, is this thing's together. It's not. It's.
Yeah, the one tree was a big leaf maple also. It was 11 feet. So it was like out here, but it wasn't solid.
Right. So really, in essence, so friends, you got to understand like what we're dealing with here. You see this stuff? You know what I mean? Like remember the old burl tables back in the 70s? Like friends, this is. I don't even. You can't imagine what this piece of wood would be worth, friends. It's thousands of dollars. For this one piece of wood, guaranteed. And that's not information John wants to tell us about, but I'll tell you right now, if you were a wood bug and you came across this and this happened into your life and the stars aligned, that you had the means and the people and the know-how to get this into your home, you would pay the dollars for it. You would pay the dollars for it.
It's a once or twice in a lifetime find.
It's true. You're absolutely
That's,
right, John.
You know, looking at hundreds of trees a year.
Yeah, you look at a lot of wood. Johnny looks at a lot of wood. Look at this, friends. I mean, truly, this is a special piece. And this is Vancouver Island. This is, it just gets me going. Gets me going. That's slick. Not neat, boy? Yeah.
This is Todd.
Hi, Todd. How you doing?
How are you doing?
Good to see you. Todd's been working on this piece of wood of ours, I hear.
A little bit, yeah.
Nice.
Do you want to give us a tour, or are you heading off to?
I was just going to use washing for.
Oh, okay. We'll let you do that. Right?
We'll let him do that.
We'll let him do
Yeah.
that. One of those necessities. Come on through.
So Johnny has some equipment, friends, new to him. Look at that nice piece of wood.
That's a recycled beam.
Yes.
I should know the building it's out of, but I don't.
But that looks like fir.
It's fir, yeah.
Yeah. You can smell it. Look at this, friends. Recycled old growth. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh,
That's beauty.
oh look at that. That's it. And think about that for a minute. This is the core in.
Yeah.
So this thing was
They might have got 8 of these beams out of this tree.
100%.
Yeah.
That's probably a 1,000-year-old tree, John, eh?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, sorry, John, is that a mantle for somebody?
Well, let's see. It's a console table.
A console table. Oh, very cool.
There you go, right there.
What
So
a great
it's gonna
idea.
have some steel legs.
Yeah, contemporary a little bit
Yeah.
on that. Very nice, simple.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful piece. It's pretty cool, friends. Pretty cool.
Smells good.
So we've got that piece of wood going on our counter, friends. Remember, you've been there the whole journey. You've seen the tree go down. You've seen me mill it with Nick. And now it's at this finishing stage. This is cool. John, can I ask you, when we kilned this thing, because I know you had it in the kiln,
Yeah.
what did it go in at? Do you remember? Or no?
Yeah, I think it was around 20%.
20. Yeah, okay.
Which is somewhat dry.
Yeah.
but not drying up.
No.
Maple will do most of its shrinking between 25% and 10%.
10%.
And so it really just started to shrink.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It'll be a 1/4 inch narrower than when you gave it to us.
Interesting. That's cool. I'm glad it came. Oh, my dear Lord.
So this is upside down right now, but this is going to be a table for a hotel in Whistler. And we're just filling it with epoxy.
This epoxy is such a good thing, isn't it?
It's pretty handy.
It really is.
So originally we had it standing vertically
Yes.
so that we could pour the end of it.
Oh, okay.
And now we're pouring the top, which is upside down right now.
So for what purpose, John? For the epoxy or just for
The epoxy.
For the epoxy. That's very cool. Very cool.
We decided to go get with the 21st century.
Ah. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow.
We're technically supposed to have our safety glass here. This is a computerized router, and so we're making 100 tables for a hotel in Hawaii right now. These are getting cut round, and then a little sander goes on it to sand the edge.
100, did you say 100 tables, John?
100 tables.
For a hotel in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So Johnny's doing some pretty cool stuff, friends. I mean, he's doing this thing right. That is, how long have you had this machine, John?
Supplies this year.
Yeah. So you've made some big purchases this year.
Yeah.
Here they
This
are.
is what they look like after they've been cut.
Now that's walnut, John, is it not? Or
That's
no?
walnut.
Walnut, yeah. So that's walnut, friends. And they're glorious little tables. Very nice. A nice simple design, John.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty tickled. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Looks like
Yeah, this is Todd's work. He
I love that kind of stuff.
he has a kind of a carving business on the side, so he does whenever we need something carved here, hand carved, he does it. But he doesn't take coffee breaks. He just does some carving.
got it. Got it. That's great. That's the neat thing about working at a place like this. For a guy like John Lohr.
Well, and you know, for some of our guys, we have some beautiful wood that's just offcuts, right?
Yeah, I know you
And
do.
so they get first dibs on that stuff. And
So kind of a fringe benefit, like
Yeah.
the guy who works at McDonald's gets a free French fry now and again.
that's right. But so most of our woodworkers, they have the garage stacked to the rafters with pieces
Yeah.
of wood
Can you
that
film
they'll
us?
actually never
Yeah,
have
sure.
time to use.
This is so cool. John, what have you done? What the heck have you done here?
Well, we had a machine that was actually quite like this.
Okay.
So this is the biggest planer on Vancouver Island. It's 52-inch helical planer head. And it's an aggressive thickness standard. But this one, as opposed to our last one, has a finishing head in it.
Oh wow.
So the one job that the woodworkers don't mind giving up is hours and hours of finishing.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
And so they still have to do a little bit, but this cuts it down a lot.
Oh, that. So sander planer.
Yeah.
Sander planer,
So
2-in-1.
So it's the largest planer on the island, and it finishes too.
Yes.
And it's a finishing machine.
At 52 inches across.
Oh, you should just.
So you can look in the side.
Take a look at this, Sonny.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Oh no way!
Look at that. So actually,
It's a 3-in-1. So the middle one will actually take some material off.
yes.
And then the one on the left is just for finishing.
Simple
That
in
is
a sense,
crazy.
Design wise, but not operation.
There's a lot of fiddly little adjustments, especially with vinegar, to get it tuned right in. And I don't know, this looks like your stuff.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So Sonny, look.
This is our table.
This is our stuff.
Look at this. Oh, the black epoxy looks so cool.
They filled all that. This was obviously a crotch piece where the tree went into two.
That's right. Yep.
And you're kind of making use of it widening out there.
Yeah.
We are. We're actually, this is right where this is going to work just perfect. It's funny, we had a guy doing the work for us, and I'm kind of one of the guys that looks at something and goes, I think that'll fit in there just nice. You know what I mean? It didn't
Should I shut her down or?
Nature gives you, right? And it worked out perfect,
Yeah.
son. This piece fits right in there because there's a little jog in the thing. So this is looking good.
And then, fortunately, they didn't fill the hole here.
Very good.
That was supposed to be.
Very good. Because that's our bottom. That's good. That's the top. Yeah. Very good.
And then we got
Sweet.
backsplash.
Sweet.
So once that's nice and flat and smooth, then we can joint this side, I guess. Because this is probably going like up here somewhere.
Actually, as a matter of fact, that's right where it's going. Yeah, because here's the fridge. So the fridge is here. This goes in like this. That's the wall, and that's exactly, John. You're right. Very similar to what that's going to happen right there. Whether we have, you know, this will be either, I think, over here a little bit.
The WCB injury was repetitive strain from sanding.
In the elbows and shoulders, or wrists and hands?
Yeah, wrists.
Wrists, yeah. Most repetitive WCB injury was repetitive movement in the wrists and hands from sanding. A ton of sanding goes on this stuff. This is very cool. Now, there is some really cool pieces of wood in here, friends. Like really cool. There's some babinga. I think I see babinga in there. Oh, there is right there.
Looks like Babinga, but it's Zapatero.
Oh yes, I've heard of that as well.
That was salvaged out of the bottom of the Panama Canal. It was flooded over 100 years ago and harvested by a BC company just a couple of years ago.
Who was that? The company. Do you remember the name of the company? Because I think I heard something about that.
Yeah, the technology was developed in BC, and I'm just trying to remember what the name of the company was. We'll get back to
Please
it.
do, because that would be interesting. That's very interesting. So that's a neat story about that piece of wood. Panama Canal.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Zapatero.
Zapatero.
It's known by about 40 different names, but that's what they call it in Panama.
Gotcha. So we're on this, friends. We're on this. This is so cool. Now, can a guy visualize it? Kind of going through, Donna, through the glass? Yeah. You can watch it through the side. Yeah. Son, can you get your phone out and do a quick one for me, please? Or mine? Yeah, mine's in my back pocket. Look at this, friends.
By the way, you're typing all kinds of shit in your back pocket.
Oh, yeah. Make sure it doesn't go out. Look at this, friends. Oh, wow. That must save you guys some work. Holy cow.
That's great.
Look at this, friends. That's not bad, Todd. You must be just... Oh, my goodness. One more or two more. Look at that, friends. Oh, oh, that's going to be ridiculous.
That looks a little better, right?
Just one pass, friends. One pass.
That's already a better finish than most slab guys would give you.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed it is. You just put a bunch of guys out of business, John.
Well, you know, it's just a little more rustic than most people do.
Yeah, exactly. But look at this. I mean, this is so you must have had the fellas come up and run you guys through this.
Yeah, it was a bit annoying because they wouldn't make an appointment to train us until we had it fully hooked up. And they said, oh, it will be over in a day or two after that, but it took 2 weeks. So we couldn't do anything with it. When you have this new, it's like having a candy bar in front of you, you can't touch it.
So here we go, friends. This is really cool. Not a bad piece, John.
Coming up.
Yeah. It was an interesting tree. Oh, look at that. shots, Sonny. Those are perfect. Oh yeah, look at that. That's right on, Todd, eh? So friends, we had a low spot in here, and they suggested we take it out, and I'm glad they did. That's just amazing.
And then we've got that really low light. That will show you any little imperfection in the finish.
That's a good idea.
Look at all this wood, friends.
So you got a bunch of crazies like me coming in here wanting to see your project done.
Wood everywhere. Those people aren't that interested in the planing part of it. They love to come in and pick out the wood.
Oh yeah. That's a special thing. Look at that. So there's that piece that's going to be, and that's actually got the most figure in it right there. That's pretty cool. So you guys have seen that go through there. This is amazing. I'm just so stoked. So stoked. Pretty exciting. Listen to this. Listen to this place. This is nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
It's all computer. He just opened up that slot. Here's our piece, honey. It's got a nice feed, doesn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the figure. Yeah, the feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice. That's our bottom side.
Yeah, definitely got to do it again.
Now that's sanding. That's sanding, Todd, is or no? What's the process there? Not sanding?
Just sanding.
Sanding, yeah. 120.
It's moving around a little bit.
Yeah, it is moving around.
The measurements changing.
It'll have, yeah, exactly. What an amazing piece of equipment. This is really, really cool, friends. I mean, this is the stuff. I mean, we've all, here's our backsplash, friends. This was a piece of wood that was gonna get cut into firewood. I'm telling you straight goods. I was gonna cut this into firewood. Look at this little bowl. But that's gonna be stood up. And it's gonna be a backsplash, right? Yeah. And there's our other cupboard. That's for our microwave. This is actually a neat piece. That's amazing.
Yeah. Look at that. There we go again. This line should be there.
I gotcha.
I'm just not going down far enough.
Crazy, buddy. These are all projects. These are all projects. Really cool stuff. These will all be tables for a restaurant or something, right? In the hospitality industry. Your benches or you know what I mean? He's got stuff going to Hawaii. Did you hear about that piece of wood? The Zapatoa or whatever, that one right there? Look at the bark. It was salvaged out of the Panama Canal. Been sunken for 100 years. Canadian company developed the technology. you got her. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. That light sure helps, doesn't it, eh?
Yeah. Oh.
Look at that. Wow. We're gonna be eating off of that thing. So that's the process of this machine. Is that working? Oh yeah, it is too. So friends, this is cool. We're outside in John's yard. This is the wood yard. And he's got some really cool pieces here. But John, can you tell us what happened with this? And this was quite an undertaking on your part, wasn't it?
Yeah, this wasn't probably one of my better business decisions.
Wood guys don't do that very often, though.
But it's cool. Right?
They get emotional.
Yeah. So the Esquimalt dry dock was originally built in the late 1800s, and it was the largest dry dock on the west coast of North America at the time. And you know, they brought the big warships in there and whatnot, right? Later it was expanded, but it has these massive metal hollowed gates that they just float into position with a tugboat, and then they fill them full of water and they drop in and they seal into the dry dock. And then they pump all the water out, so the ship is just sitting there on the ground.
Right, right.
And, but the metal doesn't seal to the concrete very well.
No.
So they line the metal gates with wood, and then on the outside of the wood they have a little rubber seal, just so they have a little give. But they need wood that is really tough and doesn't rot and is resistant to insects and all this stuff. Hence this. So this is an African hardwood that I'd never heard of before. It's called Ekki, E-K-K-I, and it's heavy enough that it you know, some pieces sink, some pieces float. It's really dense, and it's one of the hardest woods in existence.
Yeah, we picked up
that little table you built.
He showed us a little piece and picked it up. It felt like picking up a freaking piece of steel.
Yeah, it's not far off.
What a neat thing, John.
Yeah, so they had to replace it all.
Yeah.
So the guy who did it the last time 30 or 40 years ago.
He
Every
told
30
me
or 40
that.
years ago
Yeah.
they redo it. And he's the only guy around who was on the original crew, so he bid on the job and got it, and they did it again. This time they cut the Ekki with CNC machines, which worked a little bit better because we've been going through this, and Rob, our miller's been finding broken off drill bits and stuff in it. Like, you can just imagine how many arms almost got ripped off trying to drill holes in this stuff.
But you can see it's the craziest wood.
Yeah.
Like, look at it, doesn't even know where to go. It's just, that's when you know you got, it'd be interesting to throw an axe at this. Wouldn't that be interesting?
You'd have to be pretty sharp. I guess you know how to sharpen them. But...
Yeah, but I mean, this wood is, it's actually, oh my, John, this stuff's freaking ancient.
Well, sure.
It's ancient.
I can't even tell the grain in it, really.
I can, and it's ancient. Look at the end of this. I'm not joking you.
Dude, look at that.
That's freaking ancient.
Well, if you think it was cut
It
down
runs
in the
this way.
1800s,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I
see
thought
it there?
the grain is so close. I didn't think it had any.
It runs this way.
Yeah.
Holy.
This stuff is freaking ancient. That's the grain, isn't it? Yes, it is.
It is.
That
the
is.
grain.
Oh, you can feel it. It's like butter.
And is this all this Ekki stuff too?
Yeah.
So, friends, this wood. This is a neat find, John.
Wild.
I mean, it really is. Wow. Ekki. friends. Eckie, and it was a dry dock in Esquimalt in Victoria. You heard the story. If you didn't hear John speaking for any other reason, that's what this is. And they bid on the wood, bid on the dismantling of the dry dock because they were redoing it. And this is amazing, John.
So you want to see the milled stuff?
Yeah, I do. I want to see a piece of it. And now there's a piece of, oh, okay, so you have done some, oh, look at this, friends.
So there is a little bit of worm.
Chorito.
Chorito,
Chorito beetle. This is the saltwater
It
beetle.
doesn't have that. Rob's kind of sorted the Chorito stuff into this pile. But I'll see if I can get some water.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, you got some more.
That's a piece of maple.
Yeah. There's a chunk of arbutus right there, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I was here, it's quite a big piece of wood.
Yeah.
That
It's
wide one there?
we didn't think we'd ever be able to dry it flat, but it's pretty dry and it's flat.
That's crazy. I just want to.
4 feet wide at the butt.
But it's 17 foot, 18 foot long.
Yeah. That must have been a huge tree.
Arbutus, madrone, 4 feet across, 18 foot. That's
Most of the people I've shown that to have said that that's not arbutus because they don't grow that big. But I have seen a couple in that sort of size range. I'm sure you guys
absolutely.
have.
We've seen lots. The Gulf Islands are riddled with them.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
given
yard-
the opportunity, they'll get pretty huge.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So here's this wood.
See if I can. It's dark reddish purple, and it's got some black streaks in it too, which are really pretty. But
what a different thing to have this wood here in this quantity, John. I mean, it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. So look at that, friends. Isn't that neat? Eckie.
Eckie.
Yeah.
I don't actually know how they pronounce it in Africa, but that's what I.
Oh, I do, John.
You?
Yeah.
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 That's what I thought.
No, it's amazing. And this is more of it here.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah,
been
they had
bent.
some curved parts. We're trying to figure out something creative to do with those.
Good idea. Very cool.
I got one of my employees is a blacksmith as a hobby. So he's making a knife with a Eckie handle for me.
Deadly.
I think it's gonna look nice.
That is going to be sweet. That'll be nice. John, I want to thank you, buddy, for showing us around today and having us down to look at that amazing equipment. Hey, friends, that was pretty cool. Friends, this is Live Edge Design. The man's a pioneer on this stuff. It's on Vancouver Island in Duncan. I'll have your website up, John, for you if you like on the channel.
I would like, yeah.
We are going to do that for John. And friends, give this man a hoot and a holler. He's a great man. He's a man of the wood. He's passionate about this stuff. That's why we're here, and that's why he has my wood, because I'm passionate about wood too. We're woodmen. Thanks, John.
Love to all the woodies.
That's right, the woodies. Thanks, friends. Talk to you guys soon. Let's give Todd one more shot. What are you doing there, young fella?
Well, sometimes we get bubbles in the epoxy, and I'm getting rid of them, and I'm going to replace it with fresh epoxy.
Very nice.
So it looks perfect.
That's gonna look smart.
Gotcha.
Todd's been the man on the project, friends. So let's give Todd a hoot on the channel. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks again, Todd.
Yeah, take care.
We'll see you. You too. Just because of the lay of the land, but you can send it to us full length and we'll funk out with that. But that's our piece, honey.
That's cool.
That's gonna be real neat.
Did you want this edge cut straight, or are you going to do that on site?
No, you know what? It stays because this is gonna hide it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like this will actually hide it.
That'll go.
Yeah. So friends, I want to give John Lohr a big shout out. He is, if you've ever had a vision with wood, you know, where you have seen a piece of a tree or or if you've done it, I've done it a few times, and I'm doing it again right now, where I've gone and felled the tree, milled the tree, hauled the tree, putting hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and effort and blisters and the whole gamut into this piece of wood. This is one of them right here. Okay. This is acacia, believe it or not. I guess what I'm saying is John Lohr, Live Edge Design, he has taken this on Vancouver Island with our species, our local species, and other areas, and he's followed his passion. He's followed his passion and his dream, and he's been successful at it. And he has integrity, and it all comes from a passion about wood and a dream. I really like John. I do. He's a nice man. John, I want to thank you for having us down. I look forward to doing some stuff in the future with you. I know I'll be down probably using that big joiner sander planer thingamabobber you got there with some when I find the right tree again. So it's almost time for something like that. Actually, I've got a piece, as a matter of fact. Anyway, friends, big shout out to John Lohr, Live Edge Design. He's on the internet. I'll write his, I don't know if I've got his website here, but I've got his card. I'm going to show it to you. There it is right there, friends. John Lohr. Live Edge Design right there, www.liveedgedesign.com. Go on here, take a look at some of the stuff that John's doing. He's doing a heck of a job. Friends, I enjoy doing stuff like this. I thought about this probably shortly after I opened the channel up. There is some amazing people on Vancouver Island, artists, interesting history and neat people and places. And I've thought about making it part of the channel to go see some of these people, and me just kind of being the host and going along. And do you know what I'm saying, friends? It's been something I've thought about for a long time. But I was so busy making a living, it didn't make sense. It didn't. Remember that drum maker? There's a drum maker guy. Arden, if you're watching, that would be fun. There's just so much. There's so much. So maybe we can go down. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Donnie Walker, me and Donnie Walker are going to be doing more. You're going to see more of the Walkers. You probably see more of John Lohr. So, but I need to know if this is enjoyable for you guys, gals, women, and children. And we shall seek more of it. We live in such an amazing place here. So friends, be kind to one another and drift on. See you on the next video.